for 2024 ended, I thought this would be a nice video to start the year with. Something a little bit more casual. I want to also use this video as an opportunity to let you know what I'll be doing throughout the year. I also love to watch this kind of videos. I like to know what some of my favorite skincare influencers and estheticians have in their cupboard. What are you using, girl?
Hello my darlings, let's have a bit of a rummage in my skincare cupboard. I started the year with such a video and it brought me so much joy to make that video. I love talking about skincare, as you know, so I decided I was going to also do one in the middle of the year and at the end of the year. This is about 80-90% of what I have in my cupboard. Anything that I'm not mentioning is either discontinued or not easily available, but this is the majority of it. Let's start with cleansers. And just like in the beginning of the year, I have 6 cleansers with me. They're all different, I think. Let's get into it. Let's start with something that came in a gift set Christmas time. This is the Estee Lauder Perfectly Clean Multi-Action Foam Cleanser Purifying Mask. Right, this is too much for many skin types. You have to be extremely oily to enjoy this. And even so, I would not recommend it because I know better cleansers than this. This is very stripping to the skin. It gives a very deep cleanse. I don't see how someone would use this every day. I really don't. Even on the days that I do use it, when I do pull it out into my rotation, I don't mask my skin because I'm just worried of over stripping the skin. I'm looking forward to finishing it up. It's not something I would recommend, neither would I repurchase it. I then have something I bought because I love me a cleansing cream. We all know that. And I'm trying to find the right cleansing cream for my practice. This one's not going to work, but I do like it. And I see myself buying it more so for my body in the winter because you can get this in a huge size. I bought the sample size just to see if it was worth my trouble. This is the Uriage Cleansing Cream. Really feels nice on the skin. I do that thing that I do with cleansing creams. I massage this into my skin for about a minute. I jump into the shower. I do what I need to do to the rest of my body and then I wash this off. It leaves the skin feeling very moisturized, and if anything, I'm more looking forward to using this on my body. Next time Essential has their French pharmacy sale, I'll be getting the huge bottle so I can use it as my shower cream in the winter. I then have a bottle of micellar water. I like to use micellar water in my morning cleansers. Very gentle, does the job. Bit of cotton pad and then a splash with water and I move on to the rest of my routine. This I like. I think this is my 3rd bottle if I'm not wrong. This is the white tea cleansing water from the Siam. This is KBeauty. I find it to be quite hydrating as well and does the job well. Takes off last night's skincare and any sweat that I might have built up during my workout. I like it. I recommend it. I will say that I don't know what it does for makeup removal because I don't use micellar waters to remove makeup. Keep that in mind. I then have something that I have mentioned many a time, something I have purchased several times. This is the Clay Melt from Bellano Skin Botanic. Absolutely fantastic. One of my favorite cleansing balms. Has a touch of clay in it. Great price, does the job. I cannot complain about this. This in fact is something I'm definitely bringing into my practice and is something that I have brought into the beauty salon that I'm working at, and my boss absolutely loves it. These both are from Bravura London. This is a brand I'm exploring because I wish to bring it into my practice. Let's start with the one that I'm not bringing into my practice. The First Cleanse Oil Cleanser. I actually really like this. The slip is absolutely beautiful. It feels nourishing on the skin. It's one of those cleansing oils that also has emulsifiers, so it does rinse off the skin. You don't have to use a cloth to take it off. But it stings the eyes, unfortunately, and for that reason I can't bring it into my practice. I then have the Glycolic Mud Cleanser. This is more like a treatment. It is very potent. I have been using this more like a mask. I like to put it on my skin and leave it on for at least half an hour, then jump into the bathroom and do a second cleanse after I do everything on my body. Absolutely effective, absolutely beautiful, stunning texture as well. A very clever cleanser in my opinion. Mud plus glycolic acid just sounds like a dream, especially if you have oilier skin or you deal with a lot of congestion. Is it a cleanser that you can use every day? I don't think so. I think it's quite potent, but it's something I'm bringing into my practice to either use as a mask or to recommend to my clients. I really like this. Before I move on to the next step, and that is toners, if you're an acid fiend, Bravura London is a great brand to explore. It's not a brand I'm able to do a full overview on because just for personal preferences, but I definitely recommend you checking it out if you love acids. I only have 3 toners with me. All of them have been reviewed in depth on my channel. I will make sure to link them down below. We'll start with the Trouble Care Skin Conditioning Lotion from Hada Labo. I don't really like this. It's a little bit too astringent. Also, it has this tingly minty feeling that I think may be irritation. Thankfully, my routine is very supportive, very healing, very hydrating, and I'm an esthetician. I know what I'm doing with my skin. So I will use this, but I don't recommend it. I really don't. I then have the Celimax Noni Moisture Balancing Toner. It's a good toner, it does the job, it's astringent enough. I wish it was hydrating, a little bit more hydrating. It doesn't quite pack a punch. It's not something I would repurchase, but it's something I do recommend. I don't think it would offend anyone out there. I then have my tried and true, my beloved Nankin Purifying Face Toner. I've talked so much about this toner. I always have it somewhere with me, either in my routine or my backup cupboard. Love. Let's do treatments. I have quite a lot here, and what I'm calling treatments are things that go in between my routine, like serums and stuff like that, and things that have powerhouse ingredients, and I'm also putting masks in this category. Let's start with masks now that I've mentioned it. I have a tried and true. That is one of the tips of this video. Find your tried and trues, go back to them consistently until they discontinue them. This is the Skin Food Rice Mask Wash Off. One of the best moisturizing masks I've ever met in my life. I absolutely love using this in my morning routine. I love using it when the skin is tired. It just perks up the skin, and I always say this, I don't know how, but my skin almost looks plump and tight, like pulled back. Not that that is my problem, I mean, vampire genetics, but this mask, I don't like being without it. She is such a great workhorse. I've fully reviewed this, so I'll make sure to link it down below. I then have 3 masks from the same brand, all reviewed. I'll link it down below. They're all from the brand Fraser. I hope I'm saying that right. We'll start with the one that I really like, and I have repurchased it. In fact, it's on the way to me in the post. This is the Retin Collagen 3D Core Radiant Mask. This is more like, it's an overnight mask, aka glorified moisturizer. I really like it. I don't know if I love it, but I like it. It has retinol derivatives in it, and I mean, I've repurchased it. That's saying something, right? This is something I'm not going to repurchase, and it fell really flat for me, to be honest. This is a Heart Lift Pore Melting Gel Mask. Didn't really rock my boat considering it has AHAs, BHAs, and PHAs. I wanted this to be a really refreshing mask to use in the morning that gave my skin a very polished look, and it doesn't do that. I then have the Pro Moisture Milk Toning Clay Mask. This is not bad, doesn't pack enough of a punch that I would need from a clay mask, but I have been using it in my morning routine and I really like how my skin feels after that. Clean and fresh, and you know, quite soft as well because it has exfoliating beads. But not a game changer, but something I would definitely recommend to those who have a drier skin type, those who are dehydrated and are looking for a clay mask that doesn't tip them over in terms of their dehydration. This is not bad. Not for me, but I would recommend it for those skin types. Then something that is a tried and true for me, these are the Cicaretti A masks from VT. I'm not one for sheet masks, but when I met these, they made such an impact that I have repurchased them since consistently. I feel like these are like the icing on the cake on my home facials. They just give me that instant result. And sometimes when I have a special day out, I like to use a sheet mask in my skincare routine before I do my makeup application. And I just love the way my skin looks. Even people tell me your skin really looks polished, even with makeup on. You know, even now I have makeup on and I know my skin looks polished. Love, highly recommend. They have a retinol derivative and I feel like that's what gives them that punch. How many times have I said punch in this video? Love these. I've lost sunlight, beloveds. I've put on my lights. I don't know. Let's just go for it. Yeah, let's focus on why we're really here, the skincare. Eve Lom Rescue Peel Pads, a gift, not something I would have purchased, and I've only just started using them. They did the job. I don't approve of this kind of skincare simply because you can just buy an exfoliating toner. You don't need toner soaked pads. No. But okay, I guess. I then have the 10-0 Vita C Ampule. This is my current vitamin C serum. It's not too bad, it's doing the job. My skin does look bright. I feel like I'm on top of my hyperpigmentation. I don't see myself repurchasing it. I absolutely hate the dropper style of it. Deeply frustrating. I'm not an expert when it comes to vitamin C. I like to simply make sure that the vitamin C does not break me out, and this doesn't break me out. I then have the Tranexamic acid booster from Superdrug. Not too bad. I'm really enjoying it. In fact, this is my third bottle, and for me, when it comes to these type of products, I'm focusing on the ingredient and not the product. So this is my vitamin C, this is my tranexamic acid, and when I combine them, I get exceptional results in my skincare. And I always like to say this, I also don't have a lot of hyperpigmentation, but I have been happy with this combo. I feel like I've been using them for about 8 weeks together, and I'm happy. Then something that is deeply confusing me, I'm hoping to finally gather my thoughts when I do a review on this for my new KBeauty series. This is the Medipil Extra Super 9 Blackhead Care Solution. I'm not sure. When I read the reviews before I bought this, a lot of people were like, oh, my pores have been cleaned out, the gunk has melted. They were selling me with their reviews, like everybody was like, my pores just look the bomb. Like, I've not experienced that. Not changed my life. I'm not saying it's not been supportive to my pore care, but when I look at the ingredients and what I know and all the products I've explored in my little life, I feel like this is not a game changer for me. I'll continue playing with it, I'll continue using it, and we'll talk more about it when I eventually review it. I then have an OG, something that I love to have, particularly in the winter time because I'm trying to really protect my skin from winter damage. This is the Atoderm SOS spray from Bioderma. I believe I've fully reviewed this. If I haven't, just know it's amazing. It's a spray, but I like to let me first open it. Yeah, I like to just spray it in my hand and pat it into my skin in the serum step. It has quite a few emollients, very supportive to the skin. So anytime I feel like the skin is just needing a little bit extra, or I'm using a moisturizer that's not quite packing a punch, I like to pull this into my routine. Last and certainly not least, in the treatment category, this is the Bravura London Lactic Acid 10%. Listen, if I never go back to glycolic, I'm okay with that. This, stunning. The results I get during my home facial, the skin, oh, like I feel like I have post-facial skin for a week. Like my skin just looks impeccable. Love, love, love. I'm finding that my skin is being slightly turned off from glycolic acid. Like glycolic acid is a little bit too aggressive, and lactic acid is the more gentler AHA. I mean, we have PHAs now, but PHAs don't pack enough of a punch for me. Lactic acid does pack a punch for me, and the skin just looks exceptional. Love. I would bring this into my treatment room without a doubt. Let's move to moisturizers and oils and balms. Let's start with Bellanos Botanic. I have the Fruit Lift facial oil and I have the Fruit Lift facial balm. Quite similar ingredient wise, apart from this has shea butter and mango butter, and this starts with apricot oil. They're nice, not standing out to me. I don't see myself repurchasing them, but they're functional, they're doing the job. They're okay, they're okay. Bellanos has another facial oil that I absolutely love, and that is the, oh, what is it called? Is it the night oil? It's blue. I'll put it up on the screen. That I love, 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 love. And then something else that I absolutely love and is definitely coming into my practice, such a treat on the skin, one of the most exceptional moisturizers I've ever met, and I don't harm and him about moisturizers, but this is beautiful. This is the Therapy Honey Skincare Propolis Ultra Radiance Cream. This was love at first use. When I first used this, I got it in a little sample pot and I was blown away. Just exceptional. I can't wait to do a brand overview over this. Just, I like to call it a posh pseudo cream with honey. So healing, so soothing, so cocooning. Oh, so good. I then have something that I've just started using, but I really like the texture of this. In fact, when I started using this, I immediately thought that if this was packaged in different packaging and another brand came out of this, they could charge 40, 50, 60 quid for this easy. Very beautiful texture on the skin. This is the Peptide Moisturizer from the Me Plus range at Superdrug. Pleasantly surprised. Pleasantly surprised. And also probably because it has shea butter, my skin responds well to shea butter. A moisturizer I could easily recommend. Another oldie but a goodie to me, something that is definitely coming into my practice, particularly for my oily skinned folk. This is the Good Skin facial oil from Disciple. I love. I've gone through many bottles, I've lost count. I never want to be without this, particularly in the summer. Something about this facial oil is quite balancing. I don't know how they did it, but they have done it. It just tempers my oils, and just a fantastic facial oil. Especially if you have oily skin and you're terrified about facial oils. This one, I've also reviewed this. I'll make sure to link it down below. Let's move on to lip care. I have the Estee Lauder Advanced Night Repair Eye Supercharged Gel Cream. Part of a gift set I got in Christmas. That gift set, they were together Something obviously I wouldn't purchase by myself. I use this as a lip serum. I've said this quite a bit. I use eye creams as lip serums because IJ has very dry lips, and I feel like just going on top with a lip balm doesn't work for me. I need something first before a lip balm. Then I have an OG beloved, something I've used for very many years, one of the only lip balms that has ever stood out to me. This is the Nankin Lip Treatment Balm. Absolutely love. Don't want to ever be without this, but I have fallen in love with another lip balm. We'll talk about it in the future. This is good. And we finish off with sunscreen. I have the Farm Stay Green Tea Seed Moisture Cream. I've said this many times, I'm not the best with sunscreen and ingredients. I usually rely on my fellow skincare influencer friends and other estheticians. This one is a no-go. It leaves a white cast. It's rather matte, but I do use it on the days that I'm going to wear makeup. I find that white cast sunscreens that are matte perform like beautiful makeup primers. They really hold on to makeup. I don't know what it is, but that's what I've been using that for. And then something that is almost becoming a tried and true. Absolutely love this sunscreen. It was a shocker to me as well. This is the Tesco 50 SPF fragrance-free sun protection lotion. Fabulous. Does the job. No white cast. A little bit too emollient for those who lean very oily, but I think a lot of us can get away with this. I really like it. This is my second tube. I highly recommend it. And that's that, my darlings. As per usual, I will make sure to fill up the description box with everything I have talked about in this video. I want to thank you so much for being here. My name is Ijeoma, and I'll see you soon.